You're looking for an edge in the fantasy football arena. Not sure which talking head to trust? Why not watch for yourself how today's heroes stack up in a head-to-head battle where the fans will decide their fate. Let's see what makes these elite gladiators so deadly, and maybe even find out if there's any chinks in their armor. Today's episode features a diverse array of skills and shows that a star receiver can come in many shapes and sizes.
Working back of the end zone. DK Metcalf, touchdown Seattle.
In a league made up exclusively of athletic freaks, DK Metcalf is a man among boys. Players his size are almost always slower than their smaller counterparts, but Metcalf carries his weight with ease, with a vertical leap, 40-yard dash, and bench press, all among the best in the league. DK runs by defenders as effortlessly as he leaps over them and shoves them aside. The next contestant in the arena is Deebo Samuel.
Samuel again looks to use his speed. Deebo Samuel stays upright. Terrific catch and run. One-on-one with Ramsey. Can't bring him down. Samuel, highlight reel. Touchdown.
Deebo Samuel is another unique specimen among NFL wide receivers. His frame isn't especially large, but he fills it out impressively with a thick, muscular torso and tree trunks for legs. His build makes him look more like a running back than a wide receiver, and his singular combination of traits allows him to operate in either role. This crucial versatility is a hallmark of his game and is the direct result of his physical profile. Our next contestant is Keenan Allen.
Herbert, end zone, pass caught, touchdown, Allen.
While his size and reach are above average for a wide receiver, Keenan Allen's athletic profile is most notable for what it lacks: speed. His success in the NFL is unprecedented for a wide receiver with such an extreme lack of it, so much so that it may never be replicated. You might ask then, with a weakness that glaring and no particularly elite traits, how does Allen do it? Let's find out by examining today's weapons of choice. After over a decade in the NFL, Allen has developed an instinctive understanding of how defenders play against him. He immediately recognizes multiple options for attacking any type of coverage and is always probing for soft spots in the defense. He makes constant, subtle adjustments in body position that give him leverage over defenders without needing to physically dominate them. His experience and intelligence also makes him an expert at improvisation, both during scramble drills and on option routes. Keenan Allen is what people are talking about when they say that someone isn't fast, but they're quick. You won't find him running past anyone in a straight line, but his elite release and shockingly sudden change of direction have been leaving defenders scrambling for over a decade. He sinks his hip fluidly at the breakpoint, allowing him to explode in any direction without telegraphing his intentions to the defender. This has made him one of the best in the league at gaining separation and getting open, and also at breaking tackles with the ball in his hands. Back to Deebo. The incredible power of Deebo Samuel is most apparent and most dangerous when he has the ball in the open field. Defenders come expecting to tackle something like the wide receivers they're used to, only to be smacked by the oncoming truck that is Samuel. This phenomenon has made him one of the most dangerous players in the league, and the only receiver in history to average over 10 yards after catch per reception for over an entire season. His power is also what makes him dangerous in the run game, forcing defenders to respect his ability to lower the shoulder and fight for those tough yards. Linebackers are too slow to keep up with Deebo, and defensive backs are too small to tackle him. His route tree allows him to line up anywhere on the field as a wide receiver, and his skill and power with the ball in his hand allow him to do the same as a running back. Defenses never know what he's going to do. They only know that one defender won't be enough to stop it. More than anything, Deebo's versatility makes him unpredictable, and an unpredictable weapon is a dangerous one. Our next bruiser, DK Metcalf.
Throws it in the last second. What a throw to DK Metcalf. Metcalf stays on his feet and rolls into the end zone.
Unlike Deebo, there is nothing surprising nor deceptive about the power of DK Metcalf. He is bigger and stronger than everyone he goes up against, and he uses his power aggressively with malice. He uses his upper body strength to dominate press coverage by winning hand battles and gaining leverage over weaker opponents. His powerful legs help him box out defenders at the catch point, leap over them for jump balls, and run over them with the ball in his hands. He will never meet a defensive back he can't physically dominate, and his speed only makes it worse. In most cases, players with the sheer power of DK Metcalf are slowed down by the weight of all that muscle. Not so with DK, whose pure straight line speed has made him one of the league's most dangerous deep threats. Defensive backs can't slow him down physically and are forced to chase. And once he picks up momentum, there's not a man on earth who can both catch him and bring him down. He usually finds a way to get behind the defenses eventually, and at that point, it's already too late. Despite his considerable success, Allen has always been limited by his lack of straight line speed. His inability to present a deep threat makes him less versatile and more predictable, allowing defenders to key on him more easily than they otherwise would. His lack of breakaway top gear also occasionally prevents chunk plays from turning into touchdowns. Perhaps due to learning so many different offensive skills, Deebo never managed to become elite at actually catching the ball. His catch rate is consistently average at best, and he led the league in drop rates as recently as 2 seasons ago. A lower catch rate translates directly to lower production and is the one notable weakness in Samuel's otherwise well-rounded game. While DK can still fly in a straight line, his massive frame does limit his lateral quickness and explosiveness. This limits his ability to run crisp routes and to separate from defenders, which means his quarterback has to hit a much smaller window with the football. A lack of separation tends to make quarterbacks shy and limits the number of targets a wide receiver will see, which puts a limit on Metcalf's upside. A trio of worthy combatants, but who would be victorious in the end? You tell us. Would it be the wily veteran, the improv master who leaves defenders facing the wrong direction and wondering where he's going next? The explosive route running technician who's forgotten more about football than we'll ever know? That's Keenan Allen, and he's been doing this a long time. Or maybe you prefer the human Swiss Army knife, the so-called wideback, who can be deployed in any situation and play multiple positions in any formation. The pass catcher in a fullback body who runs through open field tackles like Derrick Henry. Introducing Deebo Samuel, everybody. Or perhaps you're here for the towering behemoth, the man who knows he's bigger, stronger, and faster than anyone he'll ever face. The freakish specimen who can fly past, run through, and jump over any defender in the league. That's DK Metcalf, and it's hard to miss him, ladies and gentlemen. Become more than just a spectator in the fantasy Coliseum by leaving your best comments, thumbs up, or thumbs down for your favorite heroes. The fate of today's gladiators lies in your hands for Season 2. Press subscribe now for more excitement entertainment from Football Moxie.